Hello my dear students, today we are going to learn class 6 social science. We will take up history chapter number 11, building, paintings and books. Okay, let us start. Marustasamy was so excited. His brother had propelled his wheelchair along the dusty stony path past the towering Qutub Minar and up the metal ramps. It had been tough, okay, but now he was here in front of the famous iron pillar. It was unforgettable experience. That means Marusta Sami was very happy that he cannot go, okay, but his brother is helping, and he went to near these iron pillars, okay, and he was very happy. Okay, let us start. The iron pillar, okay, the iron pillar at the Mehroli, Delhi is a remarkable example of the skill of Indian craft person. That means iron pillar is, okay, of Mehroli, which is located in Delhi. This is the, okay, best example of Indian people, okay, during ancient time. They are very expert in the craft, okay. That iron pillar height is 7.2 meter, okay, and its weight is 3 tons, okay. It was made 1500 years ago, but we know that the date here is an inscription on the pillar mentioning the ruler named Chandra. That means we in that iron pillar, okay, the date were mentioned, okay, and the king name were mentioned, okay. It was belong to Gupta dynasties, okay. So that means this is a very amazing, okay, the skill of Indian craft, okay, craftsman, okay. Buildings in a bricks and stone, okay. Let us start. The skill of our craft person are also apparent in the building that are survived, such as stupa. That means during that time, okay, the craft person, they are very skillful, okay. Not only the iron pillar, okay, even in a building also we can see one such example is stupa, okay. Stupa means mound, okay. While there are several kinds of stupa, roll, down, round and tall, big and small, then there are different types of stupa. That may be round or tall, or some are big and some are small, okay. uh, Generally there is a small box place features, okay, and in stupa there is a small, what happened, there have been certain common features, okay. Generally there is a small box placed in the center or the heart of stupa, which this may bodily remains, okay, teeth, bone and ash of the Buddha or his follower thing they use, as well as precious stones and coal, okay. That means there was a box, okay, and there they find that, okay, these things, okay. And this box as a relic casket was covered with art. That means that box what is covered with what, a layer of mud, brick or brick was added on the top. That means after that it was added with the bag of bricks, okay. And then the dome light structure was sometimes covered with the carved stone slabs, okay. It was covered with the stone slab, okay. Often a path known as the Paradiksha Patha was around the stupa. That means there was a path, okay, around that stupa. So this was surrounded with the railings, okay. Then that was surrounded with the railings, okay. Entrance to the path was through gateway. That means that entrance is going through the gateway. Devotees, that means they walk in a clockwise, okay. That means the devotee have to walk in a clockwise in that stupa. That means as marked as a devotion, both railing and gateway were often decorated with sculpture. That means in that gateway and railing it was what, decorated with a sculptures, okay. Find Amravati. That means in Amravati also we can see that one, okay. This was a place where the magnificent stupa once existed, okay. Many of the stone carving decorating the stupa were made about 2000 years ago. That means we can see many stupata, some are made 2000 years ago. Other buildings were hollow out of rock to make artificial caves. Okay, that means some buildings are made hollow on the rock to make artificial cave. Okay, some of these were very elaborated, decorated with sculpture and painted wall. That means they were very decorated very carefully. Okay, sometimes the earliest Hindu temple were also built at this time. Then during that times, okay, Hindu temple are also built. Deities such as Vishnu, okay, Shiva and Durga were worshipped in these shrines. Okay, the most important part of the temple was the room known as the Garbhagira. Okay, Garbhagira. In the temple there was a room that is called Garbhagira, is very important, where an image of chief deity was placed. That means why it is very important, because the chief deity image is placed there. Okay, it was the priest performed ritual. That means in that room they have performed the religious ritual or devotee offer or worship of the deities. Okay, often the Batirgaon, a tower, okay, a tower known as the Shikara, was built on the top of Gahargira to mark look here, to mark this out as a sacred place. Building Shikaras require careful planning. Most temple had been space known as Mandapa. It was hall where the people could assemble. That means here they have given some examples. Okay, they have given some examples of temples. Okay, so Grahagira to a mark. That means look here, in this building also some temple are also they have an hall. Okay, why they have keep a hall? Because to make an assembles. Okay, find Mahabalipurams and I hall. Okay, some of the finest stones temple were built in this town. Some of these known are here. Look here, that means during that times, okay, in cities they are building so many temples. Okay, and they were decorated very carefully. Okay, they were decorated very carefully. This they are trying to say in these relations. Okay, so how these stupa and temple built, how these stupa and temples were built, there were several stages. Okay, that means from building this stupa or temples, okay, the king and the queen, they decided to build this one. Okay, for building that one they expend a lot of affairs. Okay, first they have to collect good qualities of stones. Okay, and they have to be transported to that particular place for building new things. Okay, so that stone have to be make it block or the shape very carefully, so that it can convert it into pillar or the wall or the floor or the ceiling, and then they place in some particular place. Okay, place in the right positions. That means that process, okay, for making that one, it need a lot of effort. Okay, the king and probably spend, that means the king and the queen, they are spending lot of money. Okay, and he have to pay a lot of salaries or wages to the craft person, even the workers. Okay, so beside there were devotee came to visit the temple or stupa. After building that, many devotee they came to temple or the stupa, and so the people used to brought so many gifts for that one. Okay, so these were used to decorate the building. Okay, that gift, okay, with that gift they are making to decorate the buildings also. Okay, so for example, the association of irony worker paid for one of the such beautiful gateway of Sachi. Among the other who paid a decoration were merchant, farmer, garland makers, perfumers, smiths, and hundreds of men and women are known only by their names, which were inscribed on the pillar, railing, and the wall. So those who are giving or donated that one gift, they are doing their works. Okay, so when you get a chance to visit this building, so you'll find so many inscription. Okay, writing in on the wall, pillar, or raising, or like that, painting. Okay, find Ajanta painting. Yes, Ajanta painting is very famous. Okay, it is a place where several caves were hollowed out of the hills over a centuries. Okay, most of these were monasteries for Buddhist monks, and some of them decorated with the paintings. Okay, in Ajanta painting, okay, that was the cave, okay, hollow out of the hills, okay, over a century. That means in that place the Buddhist monastery, they monk, they used that one, okay, to stay. Okay, these caves were decorated very carefully, okay, very beautifully, and they were also doing paintings. Okay, these caves are very dark inside. Why? Because there is no light now, so they are doing painting with the light of torch. Okay, the color, okay, that it was doing painting 1500 years ago, but still today, okay, but still today it doesn't affect anything. That means we do not know why, from where, okay, how it is maintained, okay, the quality of that paintings. Okay, and the wall of book. Some of the best known epics were written during this. That means during this period also epics were also written, that consists of long composition, hero and heroines, okay, in this god, about the story of gods. Okay, a famous Tamil epic, one Tamil epic is what Silapathikam Kararams. Okay, it was composed by a poet named Ilango. Okay, it was composed 1800 years ago. Okay, in this story, one merchant, okay, whose name is Kovalan, okay, who lived in Purhar, and he was fell in love with the courtier, okay, named Madhavi, okay, and neglecting his wife Kanagi. Okay, later that Kanagi left. Okay, later that his wife left Purar and went to Madurai. Okay, where he was wrongly accused. Okay, that means in that he was wrongly accused by the Pandya king, and he was sentenced by Kolavans. Okay, sentenced Kolavan to death. That means Ragi, who killed, who still love him. That means Kanagi, okay, who still love him, was full of grief and angers this justice and destroyed the entire city of Madurai. Okay, this is an epic story. Okay, and another Tamil epic is what Mani Me Kalai. Okay, this was composed by Satanagar. Okay, Satanar, 1400 years ago. Okay, it describes about the daughters of Kovalan and Madhavi. Okay, these beautiful composed were lost to scholar for many centuries till the manuscript were rediscovered about 100 years ago. Okay, look here. So, and another writers during this time, they were famous like Kalidas, okay, who wrote in the Sanskrit language. Okay, this was also very famous during that time, recording and preserving the old stories. Okay, let us see. A number of Hindu religion stories that were in circulation earlier were written down around the same time. Okay, during these times, okay, even the Hindu religion book also were written. Okay, this include Purana. Purana means what? All. Okay, that Purana stories contains, okay, about the story of God and goddess like such as Vishnu, Shiva, Durga, and Pravavatis. Okay, they also contain detail on how they were worshipped. Okay, besides there were accounts the creation of the world, okay, and about the king also. Purana were written in a simple Sanskrit verse. Okay, were means to be heard by everybody, including men and Sudras. Okay, that means everybody have to that one written in a simple language, and they were heard by everybody. Okay, even the Sudra untouchability group also. That means untouchability group, they are not allowed to read that one. Okay, they are probably recited. That means they can know about that story of epics through what the temple used to what read out or recite about that story. Now, then only then they came to know. Two Sanskrit epics, the Mahabharata and Ramayana, has been very popular. Okay, very long times ago. Some of you, yes, we are very familiar with that one, na Mahabharatas. Okay, that means who fought between Kauravas and Pandavas. Okay, among the cousin. This was the war. Okay, that means to gain control of the throne of the Kurus and their capital Hastinapura. Okay, that means they are fighting among for what? For kingship. Now, the story itself was an old one. That means the story have an old one. We have already know it was made 1500 years ago. Okay, both the Puranas and Mahabharatas supposed to have compiled by Vaishyas. The Bhagavad Gitas, about which have learned in chapter number 9, also included in the Mahabharata. Okay, the Ramayana is about Rama. Ramayana, okay, Ramayana we have already heard. This is about the Ram, okay, prince of Kosala, okay, who sent into exile. That means they were sent. His wife Sita, that means his wife was evicted by the king of Lanka, that is Ravan, okay, Ravana. So Ram have to fight the battle to get back her. So he won that one and returned to Ayodhya, the capital of Kosala, after his victory. Like Mahabharata, this was an old story, was now written down. Okay, Valmiki is recognized as the author of Sanskrit Ramayana. That means who wrote Ramayana? Valmiki. And next is story told by an ordinary people. That means during that times, ordinary people also told a story and composed so many poems, okay, songs, sang, danced, and performed and played. Some of these were preserved in the collection of stories such as Jatakas and the Panchatana, okay, Tantra, which was written down around these times. Okay, story of Jatakas were often shown in the railings of stupa, in the painting in the place such as Ajanta. That is in the stupa or in the Ajanta. That means that were made by whom? By the ordinary people. So this we can see. Okay, we can see the image in the stupa or the Ajanta. Okay. Writing about on science. Okay, this was also the time when Aryabhata, a mathematician and astronomer who wrote the book, the Sanskrit known as the Aryabhatiniums. Okay, so during that times, okay, Aryabhata is a mathematician and astronomer, okay, who wrote the book in Sanskrit that was named as Aryabhatiniums. Okay, he said that day and night were caused by that means day and night is caused by the rotation of the earth on each axis. Even it seems, okay, as if the sun is rising and setting every day. He developed a scientific, that means he developed a scientific explanation for eclipse, okay, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, okay, as well. He found that the way of calculating the circumference. That means he also found how to calculate the circumference, okay, of the circle, which nearly, that means that formula used by this Aryabhata is somewhat similar with what we are using today. Okay, Varahamihira, Vamaguptas, Bhaskacharyas were also some mathematician and astronomer who made several discoveries. Yes, that means during that time some of the famous also they have some of them are zeros, okay, while number have been used earlier. Mathematician in India now invented a special symbol that is for zero. This systems of counting was displayed by the Arab and the spread to the Europe, and it continued to be the use in throughout the world. Roman used the system of counting without using zero. Tried, yes, Roman are using not using that one zero yes, in earlier time. So that's about that one. And Ayurveda is well-known system health science. Okay, yes, still we know that Ayurveda is a health science that was developed in the ancient times, ancient India. Okay, the two famous practitioners of Ayurveda in ancient times were Chakaras, okay, and Surustras. Chakaras Samitras, written by a Chakra, and remarkable book on medicine. In these trees, okay, Sushruta, Samhita, Surastra speak elaborate surgical procedures. That means in Ayurveda they will explain about the medicines and surgical works. Okay, that's about this one. Okay, these chapters. Okay, that's all. That means you have to know some keyword. What is stupa? What is temple? What is painting? Epic, story, or purana, or the science mathematics. Okay, these are some important keyword. Okay, you have to know that one. That's all for today. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.